For women, often our identity is tied up significantly with our bodies. And when we go through childbirth or changes within our bodies, that comes with a lot of expectations or misunderstandings of how we thought our body would bounce back, or new feelings that we're feeling, or whatever's going on. But it can often be quite a tumultuous and negative time for a woman to really dislike herself, when she really should just be loving the fact of whatever her body's gone through, whether that's an operation, whether it's scars, whether it's babies, whatever that is. But could we unpack that a bit, I guess, and sort of talk about what women can do for themselves when they're going through body changes, and then sidebarring into how can we as women use better language with other women in those similar situations to be more supportive, rather than an example, just for want of it, is a woman I did some exercise training with. She lost 3 dress sizes when we were training, and we didn't weigh her one time, and a friend of hers said, "How much weight have you lost?" And she goes, "I haven't actually lost a lot, but I've lost 3 dress sizes." And she was like, "Oh." And that was kind of it. Whereas if she'd been like 45 kgs, whatever it is, that felt like that would have been celebrated more. And she said, "I felt really deflated after that, even though I'm 3 dress sizes down and I'm feeling great and I've got great energy." So how can we start to really switch that narrative around, I guess, for women?
Heaps to unpack there, isn't there?
It's a lot.
I've got like 30 questions trying to hold in my head. It's such a big issue, isn't it? How we think about our bodies, how we treat our bodies, how we talk to ourselves. And I guess as a psychologist, one of the things that I always come back to is, how are we talking to ourselves in our head? What are the words that we're saying? How are we treating ourselves? And would the way that we talk to ourselves be the way that we'd talk to our friend? And, for so many women, they would never dream of saying to a friend what they say to themselves, or they wouldn't even think it. We're often really kind, loving people towards our friends, and then if we start kind of saying horrible stuff to ourselves, it might be that our body's not good enough, or this or that isn't right, or we don't look right, and we but I often say to people, would you think that about your friend?
Yeah.
And, I don't think I've ever had someone say yes. They'd always say, "Oh, my friend's a beautiful person, I just love them no matter what." And so I think we can almost do a bit of a mental hack by saying, how would you talk to your friend?
Yeah.
And kind of just bringing that language, because we've got that compassion, we've got that kindness in us. We just need to bring it out and remember that we have to be our friend.
Yeah, we deserve that friend as well.
Yeah. And then, that kindness, when your body's been through something like childbirth or an operation or a change, that's when we need more kindness.
Yeah.
That's when we, like to our friends, when our friends are going through a tough time, when they've maybe had a health change, or they've had a baby or a miscarriage, or their body hasn't done what they wanted. Yeah. We go and we bring them soup and flowers and
so
care for them, and we say we're there for you, and we send them a text message and we check in.
Yeah.
And so remembering, actually, that's what we need to do for ourselves. We need to be caring for ourselves. We need to be kind to ourselves.